Oh my, it's that middle finger music. Oh my, it's that middle finger
You just want to stay clean, classic, and simple. Just keep it simple.
Rolling up on this perfect day. My fingers stink. Wash my hand before I go to work so they don't smell a sin. My daddy go to church and they ask for me. God know my heart and I just keep my faith. But living got a toll. 24, I'm still young, but I'm getting old. Wonder what my future holds. Wonder if I'm right or wrong.
Again with Danville Matters segment, you know, we have the brother, we got the young entrepreneur right here live and direct right here in Danville, Travis Tarpley. You know, it's an honor just to be able to, you know, gain some insight, gain some inspiration that can, you know, affect others that's seeing him, following him. Just as I came over here, you know, one of the young guys asked me, "Oh man, where you going? You got the camera in your hand?" And I told him, "You know Travis Tarpley?" "Oh yeah, he was my coach, you know, this and that and that." So he has been a major influence for the people that's in our city, for the young to the old. So we do have him right here, Mr. Travis Tarpley. We see you got the vintage duck brand. You know, that's much respect, man. How did this brand come about, and what made you really push it and stay with it and stay consistent?
Brand
with
came
this brand,
about,
man.
me and my business partner Sean Woods, kind of just basement talk, playing the video game, man. We always wanted to come up with something, and it was kind of his idea, but then I kind of just, when he pitched it to me, I had a passion for it just like he had a passion for it, and we started just visualizing and studying ducks and what the duck really meant in different environments and different areas, and just the qualities and characteristics of a duck, being a very diverse animal, being able to adapt in any situation you put them in, being a very progressive animal, always moving forward. We just took them characteristics and put it into a clothing line, nice clean cut classic clothing line, and it's been very successful this far, and I'm just gonna keep pushing it, man. The community got behind it initially, because Danville is a tough community to do things in, kind of hard to influence others, but if you could do something in Danville, make a positive influence, I think you could do it anywhere. So that was kind of the motivating factor in me keep pushing on the clothing line.
Most definitely, brother, most definitely. Now, when it come down to your styles, how do you choose on what you will, you know, rock, and, you know, what's gonna make your brand go out there? Do you and your partner just come up with different ideas, or do you let the people decide? How do you guys go about that process?
Yeah, it's kind of a little bit of both. We definitely get feedback from our supporters, but at the end of the day, we both have two different styles. Like Sean, he's a little bit older than I am. He got a more classic, dressier style than I got. One more urban still, and we do both. Vintage Duck is all about doing your thing. We take the duck and you do what you want to do to it. You could dress it up, you could dress it down, you could just do your thing. It's a hashtag people started doing, find your vintage, and we just piggybacked off of that. So you just come get the gear and you do what you want to do with it.
Right. Most definitely. Now, as far as, you know, the community and what's so, man, what's been the most feedback that you have been getting from the community based on this brand here? Cause you know, everywhere I go, I see people with the duck on. You know, I see people giving mad respect to the brand itself. What's the most feedback? Cause you know we get criticism, good, bad, but what's the most positive feedback that you've been getting so far?
The best thing that we get from Vintage Duck brand is the foundation that it stands on. People really like the meaning of the brand. So when you purchase Vintage Duck brand, you're not just supporting us. It's basically you're joining the movement, and you want to be a part of what the brand really stands for. Like I told you, the characteristics, being progressive, instinctual, being able to adapt in different situations and environments, people grasp them characteristics in everyday life, and they just want to be a part of it.
Right. And what's some of your inspirations as far as fashion? Like, is there any other fashion designers that you guys look up to?
Yeah, we kind of modeled the brand after more of Lacoste or Polo type deal, more of the classic things where Polo still selling the same shirt it made from day one, just a simple, clean cut Polo design. So that's what we going towards now. If you see our newest stuff with like the small embroidered patches and things like that, we just want to stay clean, classic, and simple. Just keep it simple. That's it. We see longevity in simplicity.
Most definitely. Now, as you know, we all know, anytime that you are starting a brand, you know, it's not as easy as people think. You know, there's a lot of, you know, downfalls, and, you know, it's a lot of setbacks that do occur. What really motivates you just to keep going, man? Because, you know, it's a lot of people that start things, but they don't finish. And, you know, I've been seeing a lot of just hard work and dedication with this brand. And what keeps you guys motivated with this brand?
It's just the fact that people in other areas starting to get to it now, and it's influencing the young people to do different things. It's influencing other people to think outside the box and take initiative and come up with something on their own. I really feel like it's more than just a clothing brand at this point. Like, people been getting it to tie themselves together with family, like family reunions. The whole family get the brand. Different. Hey, how you doing? Different people will get it when they going out of trips. They want to take it with them out of the country. So it's just things like that, man, to just keep us pushing.
Right. Most definitely. Now, let's say, you know, within the next year or so, what do you see this brand, this whole commodity that's just really taking over right now? What do you see Vintage Duck around this time next year?
We've came so far in 1 year. We just had our 1 year anniversary on Black Friday.
Congratulations,
and,
man.
We started with 50 shirts and kind of gave them away. Then we got 50 more and put a $20 price tag on them. And now we have a whole store. So in the next year, we hopefully definitely looking to expand in another area, whether it be creating another store, a Vintage Duck store somewhere else, or putting it in other stores outside of Danville. So that's what we heading to in the next year or so. Most
definitely, man. Most definitely. Now, based on you being out there and meeting different people, meeting different, you know, connections, what's the greatest advice that you've, you know, received so far and that you've been able to put to use to continue building up your legacy?
Always reach out to people who've done it before you. Always just listen and take advice. You can take everything, and you don't have to use everything, but don't assume that you know everything. Because me or Sean, we had no idea what we was getting into with this clothing line. This is not what we do. This is not our everyday life. We're just doing something on the side, kind of. So we like taking advice from others who then did it before us, or who has a very successful business already established.
Right, most definitely. Now, you know, we are currently right now and right here inside the store, so that's much respect. And you are speaking about expanding. Has the store given you a little bit more opportunity as far as getting the brand out there, as previously, you know, just word of mouth? Has the store really been that impact that you guys was searching for?
At first, we were selling out of my living room and out of my trunk. The holiday season was coming up, and my mom, she liked to decorate.
Right.
So we had kind of set up the living room like a store. And she was like, nah, you gotta do something. So we kind of went out on a limb like early and bought into the store. But I mean, it's thriving. So definitely, and it's a point where people can come see the vision. Like, we're not really finished with it. We kind of set it up in a rush. The first 6 months, kind of set it up like a pop-up shop, just to have somewhere where people could come get the merchandise. But now we kind of starting to decorate and putting furniture and different things in here now, trying to put that Vintage Duck touch to it.
Most definitely, man. And as you know, I did mention, bro, like, you know, you are an inspiration to the, you know, the youth, and they do look up to you and they do follow, you know, everything that you are doing. how important is it to set that example? You know, a lot of people say being a role model, but it's, you know, you just being yourself. How important is that to our community and other communities that's around the world to help, you know, give a path for the youth to follow?
It's very important. Young or old, it really don't matter. The quote, each one teach one. You got to put that to use these days, because it's always somebody watching, no matter what, and no matter what area you in. If you rapping, singing, in the clothing line, or you working in everyday life, it really don't matter. Each one teach one. So that's what I kind of take pride in. I kind of try to lead by example. Like, I want to show the youth a different way. It's a lot of ways to be successful. So and kudos to everybody out there that's doing the same thing that I'm doing, whether it's a clothing line or like Lucky Nick pushing the music. Like, that's huge for the community.
Right.
Like, when the young people see stuff like that, like, it dreams to reality. It is ready to happen. So, like, just try to teach by example. Like, just show them the way. Just all you could do is just show them the way.
Most definitely, brother. Most definitely, man. Now, we do appreciate it, man. And you know, before we let you go, man, I know you're a very busy man. What's some advice? Cause you know we got people that's watching, man, and for the young or the old that's wanting to, you know, stick their neck out there and put their faith to use to have their own vintage duck or have their own whatever, so be it. What's some advice that you can give to them?
My advice to them is just do it. That's what we did. We came up with an idea. We built on it. It took us 2-3 years on the idea. Kept grinding, and it was like, and what the heck? Let's just do it.
Right.
Let's see. So if you got a good idea, it's concrete, you believe in it, do it. Right. You never know. You just take the risk. Jump out there, do it. It might take a little investment. You lose doing everything else, so you might as well lose in something you really care about. So just do it. Just do it.
Most definitely, brother. So based on that, man, you know, we do support everything that you are doing for the city, and you know, you are a good example of leading by example. You know, it's a lot of negative, but as I also speak on, it's a lot of positive. And the more we embrace that positivity, the better that it's gonna help not only us, but help the next person. And what's a good way we can stay in touch with you?
We have the website initially. That's www.vintageduckbrand, one word, .com. And then we have the Facebook page. You can search Vintage Duck Brand. Also, we have Instagram at Vintage Duck Brand. So all three of them, on Instagram and Facebook, you can just send us a message, shoot us, and we'll get right back to you. And also, my cell phone, it's kind of the community phone for all my businesses. So shoot that plug too, 434-770-3131. Just hit me up.
Most definitely, brother. Well, we do appreciate the time that you was able to take out to give us some encouragement, to give us some inspiration, man. You just keep doing what you're doing, man, because you are touching lives, you know, and stay blessed, stay positive, bro. And until next time, Danville Matters.
Appreciate it, bro.
Yes, sir.